From the outside, it looked like a normal relationship. But over time, things started to change.
And it eventually ended with a fall from a balcony that witnesses say didn't look like an accident. Lisa Harnum was a young woman from Canada. She was known for being outgoing, active, and full of life. She loved fitness, going for walks, and she was passionate about dancing. Before moving abroad, she had even been teaching dance, something she genuinely enjoyed and took pride in. She was independent, social, and had a strong connection with her family.
At one point, Lisa made a big decision. She moved across the country to Sydney, Australia, to make a fresh start.
Not long after moving, she met Simon Gitney. He was significantly older than her, nearly twice her age. At first, their relationship wasn't romantic. He offered her a place to stay, and it seemed like a helpful situation while she got settled.
In the beginning, everything seemed good, even normal.
But over time, their relationship began to change. What started as a friendship gradually became romantic. And as it did, small things started to shift. At first, it was small comments. He would tell her she didn't
Not all
need
at
makeup,
once, but
suggest how
slowly.
she should wear her hair, or what clothes looked better on her. At the time, none of it seemed serious. But over time, those small things began to add up.
And eventually, people around her started to notice.
When Lisa spoke with or visited family, they saw changes. She seemed more withdrawn and less like the person who had once been so outgoing and passionate about things like dancing, and increasingly influenced by the relationship.
One of the things Lisa loved most was going for walks.
But instead of going outside, she was often inside the high-rise apartment. Over time, it seemed like her independence was becoming more limited.
She was still trying to live her life, but things weren't the same.
Lisa had a personal trainer, and over time, she began opening up about the relationship. Eventually, she started thinking about leaving.
She was trying to find a way out.
But at some point, Simon found out, and that's when things escalated.
In the hours before everything happened, Lisa called her mother. She said, "Mommy, I love you and Jason with all my heart." Then she said something that stood out. "If anything happens to me, call Michelle." Michelle was her life coach.
At the time, it may not have seemed unusual, but later, it meant something very different. Then came the night everything changed.
In the moments before everything happens, Lisa tried to get away, but she didn't make it.
In 2011, Lisa fell from the balcony of the high-rise apartment. At first, it wasn't clear what had happened, but witnesses nearby reported something disturbing.
One neighbor said they saw what looked like a mannequin being thrown from the balcony.
But it wasn't a mannequin, it was Lisa. As investigators looked deeper, they focused on the relationship, the changes over time, the control, and what had been happening behind closed doors.
Because this didn't look like a simple fall.
Simon Gritney was charged, and during the trial, more details came out about the relationship, the patterns, and what Lisa had been experiencing.
In 2013, he was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison. By the time Lisa was trying to leave, things had already escalated. and that is often the most dangerous time in a controlling relationship.
Lisa Harnum had started to recognize what was happening, and she was trying to get out. But not every story gets that chance. And her story is a reminder of how quickly things can change, even when it doesn't seem serious at first.